Hey friends, welcome to your yin practice today. For today's practice, you will need 2 blocks. If you would like a little bit of extra cushion, maybe a blanket, but other than that, just 2 blocks for today's practice. And so we are actually going to get started in a seated position today. So in a seated position, make your way there and having your legs in any which way that feels comfortable. You can have half lotus, maybe crossing your legs or coming to a Sukhasana seat with one shin in front of the other. So it's just really whatever's comfortable in your body right here, right now. And as you arrive here, take a moment to relax your shoulders, sit up nice and tall, and close your eyes or find a soft gaze down in front of you. And just take a few deep breaths here. Without forcing or changing the breath, just take a few deep breaths. And perhaps you seal the lips. Take a deep breath in through the nose and a breath out through the nose. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breath, that soft ocean breath, or some people refer to as that Darth Vader type of breath, you can start to incorporate a very soft Ujjayi, soft ocean breath there. It's a slight restriction in the back of the throat on the exhale. And it doesn't have to be anything forceful. Just finding whatever breath you're able to work with in your body right now. But trying to slow down the breath a little bit, especially if you feel your breath more into your chest or up into your throat. See if you can soften around the neck, down into the shoulders, softening around the chest, the heart, and down into the belly. Now, before we find some stillness in postures, we're going to make a little bit of movement here, just to kind of get out any bit of aggravation or irritation. Sometimes when we arrive on our mat, we have, some emotions that might be intense, and finding a little bit of movement before stillness can be helpful. And so feel free to open your eyes or close your eyes, especially if you are kind of stuck into some thoughts. Sometimes it's nice to keep the eyes closed as we invite in some gentle movement. So on your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms out to a T. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands all the way down to the mat. Inhale, reach your arms out to a T. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, cactus the arms. No rush on the breath either. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, twist to the right, left hand to right near thigh, right fingertips behind you. Just find a gentle twist here as you take a deep inhale. And exhale, unwind from this, come back to center. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms out to a T. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release hands all the way down. Inhale, reach your arms out to a T. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now take a moment to relax the hands down into the lap, sit up nice and tall, take a deep inhale. On your next inhale, we're going to find a seated forward fold. So walking your hands out in front of you, rounding the spine a little or a lot. So if you do have osteoporosis of the spine, I recommend keeping a straight spine here. Otherwise, feel free to round the spine, letting your chin come down towards your chest, let your head hang. Maybe you give a gentle side-to-side turn of the head. Take a deep inhale here, and maybe on your exhale, you relax a little bit more into your forward fold if that feels good. You can even walk your sit bones back, widening through the hips. And take a few breaths here. On your next inhale, lifting the head and the chest, and then your exhale, walking your hands over towards the right, just finding a slight diagonal stretch here, keeping the left sit bone rooted down. Think about reaching from the left sit bone all the way up to the left fingertips. And then just noticing your breath. We won't be here too long. One more nice inhale, long, slow exhale. And then your next inhale, lifting your head and chest again, walking your hands back towards the center. And then on your next exhale, walking your hands over towards the left, just stopping to where you meet that stretch along the right side of the body. So try not to go to your end of your range of motion, but just stopping to where you feel that nice tug down the right side of the body. Keep your right hip bone rooted down towards the mat. And then just feeling this nice stretch in this other type of diagonal shape here. And just feeling into these different angles, getting a sense of what the tissues and the muscles are doing. And sensing into the internal body awareness. Your next inhale, lifting your head and chest, walk your hands back towards the center of the space there. Take an inhale here and exhale, relax down. And then inhale, coming up, walking your hands back to your body there. If you feel like you need to roll the shoulders or shrug your shoulders in any direction, feel free to do that. And then from here, we're going to come to some stillness here, reaching your right fingertips all the way out to the right side. Take an inhale, lift your left arm up and over, and let your left arm drape over your head here. Now for your right hand, it can always have a block underneath your right hand. So sometimes that can feel a little bit better. You can even place the forearm down. But again, think about keeping the left sit bone rooted down towards your mat. Take a few deep breaths here. And again, we're just relaxing this left arm over our head here. Opening up the left side of the ribs, kind of breathing into the ribs like an accordion. Nice deep inhale through the nose, long, slow exhale through the nose. And we won't be here too long, for about 30 more seconds or so. Just starting to invite in that stillness into the body. And then just starting to reach that left arm up towards the sky, kind of windmill that left arm up and back behind you. Right fingertips to left knee or thigh. Find a gentle twist over towards the left. Just a gentle spinal twist here, not your deepest twist. Take an inhale here and then exhale, come back to the center. Now you can take that block over towards the left side if that was handy. And then just stretching your left fingertips all the way over to the left side to where you feel that engagement and tug down the right side of the body. Keep your right hip bone rooted down. Take an inhale, reach up to the sky. And then exhale as you drape that right arm over the head. And again, maybe left hand or forearm comes down onto the block. Feeling the openness now down to the right side of the body. If it's helpful, you can close your eyes here or find a soft gaze. And maybe just notice the differences compared to each side. So notice the difference of the textures and the tissues and the muscles on this side. Does the side might feel a little bit more open to you? Maybe you feel more of a tug and stretch up into the armpits even. So take a few breaths here. No rush to the breath. Now this right arm is going to slowly start to reach up toward the sky, Bring yourself up and over. And then twisting towards the right, left hand to right knee or thigh. Right fingertips behind you, find that gentle twist. Take an inhale here, and then exhaling, unwinding from this, come back to center. Again, if you feel like you need to roll your shoulders in any direction, feel free to do that. And then both of the blocks are going to go back towards the top of our mat. We're going to make our way to a tabletop position. So making our way to tabletop, think about having wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's invite in a few cat and cows here, just to loosen up a little bit through the spine. So on your next inhale, draw your heart forward, lift your chin and gaze. And then exhaling, rounding your spine, bring your chin down towards the chest. And inhale, come forward, find your cow pose. Exhaling, rounding your spine, finding your cat pose. So continue with a few more cat and cows, just like that. A few more times here. And then on your next inhale, just meeting me back in a neutral tabletop. And now we're going to come to a puppy pose. Now I'm going to give you the option to have elbows on blocks and kind of having the hands behind you with the palms together. So that's an option if you know you like to come to that type of variation of puppy pose. Or you can have just palms down, and we're going to keep the hips over the knees here. And you can think about just having the heart melted down towards the chest, forehead down. And so that's the option with the arms extended out in front. Now, if you want to follow me with having the elbows onto the blocks here, we'll start by placing the elbows on the blocks. And then you might need to just work with the distance of the blocks here as well. So think about starting to have those hips over the knees, chest is down. And then think about having the forehead either down or just kind of hovering there. So just finding whatever is available here in your body, finding that space. Again, if you're with me and having the palms together, resting behind the head, and you can work with tucking or untucking the toes. And you can feel, I'm sure, immediately starting to feel that stretch down the upper part of your back arm into the armpits. And just finding your breath. Noticing how your breath feels in this position. And as you draw your attention inwards, just notice sensation. Noticing where you might be feeling a stretch. It might be more through the arms, or you might be feeling a stretch somewhere along the back side of the body. Maybe even up into the hips. Take a few more deep breaths here. And then if you're in this shape with me with the hands behind your head, start to slowly bring your arms back down. And then if you were in the variation puppy pose with the arms extended up, just go ahead and start to bring your chest up, walk yourself back towards your body, and then just making your way onto your heels here, finding a seat. We won't be here long, but just take a moment to close the eyes. And just noticing sensation. Noticing what's coming up in the mind and the body. And then we'll make our way onto our back. So go ahead and make your way onto your back here, and then take a moment to hug your knees in towards your chest. And there's no rush getting here, so feel free to take your time, move at your own pace. When you do make your way onto your back, hugging your knees into your chest, maybe you find a gentle sway side to side. You can even explore with wrapping your hands around your knees and circling the knees. Take a few deep breaths. And then both feet are going to plant. On your next inhale, hug your right knee in towards your chest, and then your exhale extends your left leg long down the mat. Left hand is going to wrap around the right knee and pulling your right knee over towards the left side. Find a gentle twist here. And so the right arm can reach out to a T or maybe up into like a cactus shape. Just finding a gentle stretch here through the spine. Gentle supine twist. You can even close down your eyes. And just coming back to where you're feeling the stretch in your body. So is it through the right outer hip? Are you feeling more into the spine or into maybe even the upper part of your back, through the arms? Come back to your breath. Slow and steady breath in through the nose and out through the nose. We'll be here for about 30 more seconds. And on your next inhale, start to lift your right knee, bring your left knee with you, hug your knees in towards the chest. Again, maybe a little sway side to side. Both feet are going to plant. And then again, on your next inhale, we'll hug our left knee in towards the chest. Exhale, extend your right leg long down the mat. Once you find that nice stretch here, especially down the front of your right hip flexor, you can wrap your right hand around the left knee, pull your left knee over towards the right side, find that gentle supine twist. Any arm variation for that left arm. My personal favorite is up into a cactus shape. And then allows the left shoulder blade to relax back. So my left shoulder blade is actually not making contact with the mat, but it allows me to open up to the chest and relax a little bit more. So it allows the shape to be more passive, where there's no forcing or holding on, or really no effort needed here. So you can really allow just gravity to do its job and relaxing the muscles, and you can start to sense into the tone of the muscles and the tissues. You can start to sense them shifting and maybe even perhaps changing as you relax more and more. And if you find that your mind is wandering around, maybe you close down your eyes and mentally say inhale, and mentally say exhale as you linger with your breath. We'll stay here for about 30 more seconds or so. If you need to, keep giving yourself that permission to be present in your practice. When you find your mind wanders away, just know that it is totally normal for that to happen, especially in a yin practice. But just giving yourself that permission to keep coming back to the practice, keep coming back to the breath. On your next inhale, start to lift your left knee, bring your right knee with you, hug your knees in towards your chest. And if a movement here across the spine and those ropey muscles down the back felt nice to kind of have that little massage there, feel free to rock side to side. The erector muscles, just having that nice sort of myofascial release where you're just gently rocking side to side. Now from here, release your feet back down towards your mat and go ahead and grab onto your block here and place it on its medium height and let your head rest on your block. Now we're going to start to search for an acupressure point here as you relax both legs along down your mat. And so you'll want to find the ridge of the base of your skull here, right in the occiput, and find that right on the ridge of your block. And so that might mean you might need to relax your chin down towards your chest a little bit more, maybe scoot your body down, relax both arms down by your sides. And you still might not be feeling much sensation, but really keep allowing your head to get heavier and heavier into your block. And then go ahead and turn your head over towards the right until you feel like that first bony ridge. And then gently bring it back towards the left about a quarter of the way and stay there. Keep relaxing your head heavily into your block, feeling that support of the edge of the block. And so as we sort of shift side to side here in this position and finding any tenderness, we are potentially hitting 2 acupressure points. So there's gallbladder 20 and then there is bladder 10. And keep relaxing the head, using your exhales to allow your body to soften. And then let's move to the left about a quarter more of the way. And again, just finding sensation, finding a little bit of tenderness. Nothing should be painful here. So if you're on a painful spot, move away from that spot and gently search around until you find a little bit of tenderness. Sometimes it's even nice just to relax your head back, but make circles with your nose. So nothing big and dramatic, but real nice small circles right with the tip of your nose. And if you are making movement, go ahead and come to some stillness as you move your head towards the left about a quarter of the way, coming back to the center of the skull there. And so now we can turn our head all the way over towards the left. And just again finding those ridges there at the base of the skull. Pause there once you turn your head over towards the left. And then slowly turn it back towards the right about a quarter of the way. And just searching for sensation, so that might mean again making really small circles with the tip of your nose. And the goal here is to release some tension around the neck. This can help with relaxing tension around the jaw. So think about softening around the eyes and the forehead and then relaxing down into the jaw. Perhaps you separate the back of your teeth, let your jaw hang. And then we'll move the head back to the right, about that another quarter of the way. And again, finding sensation. And slow, deep breaths. This is great to incorporate if you have a headache. Sometimes this can feel helpful, having some pressure on those pressure points when you feel like you're having a headache, or maybe like a headache with some sinus issues even. So sometimes that can feel good as well. And then finding stillness if you are making those small circles, and start to slowly bring your head back towards the center. Nice and slow, no rush. When you make your way back to the center, maybe you just take a gentle sway side to side here, but like not going all the way over to the right, not going all the way over to the left. Just gentle side to side. The most subtle movement. And then finding some stillness here, lifting or placing your left hand behind your head to lift your head, slide your block out with your right hand, relax your head back, and then take a moment to leave your legs stretched out, relax your body, relax from head to toe. So I invite you to take a quick body scan starting from the crown of your head all the way down to the tip of your toes, and just notice how you feel. Take a moment to draw your attention inwards and notice that perhaps that ebb and flow of energy now circulating throughout your body. Inviting in this fluid back into the tissues and the muscles, hydrating the fascia. And so as you start to settle into a Shavasana, I invite you to stay here for as long as you would like. Perhaps you stay in your Shavasana for even 10 minutes or 15 minutes. However long you have, give yourself that permission to really stick with it. Stay here, relaxed, and just take this time for you. This is where I close out the practice. So until next time, stay safe. Namaste.